Hi everyone, I'm Dave High. I'm here with Derek Holder today, and he's going to give us some tips and tricks for the initial configuration of one of our NetBackup appliances.
Absolutely, thanks Dave. Yeah, so when you start configuring one of our appliances, you can do it in one of two ways. So once the appliance has been racked and stacked, it's set up, and you're prepared to start the initial configuration, you can either do it through a web GUI, which is obviously very graphically represented, or you can do it through command line. If you're typically an admin who types things in, or you're more comfortable typing in commands, then you can do all of the exact same steps through CLI. So the steps are identical, the interface is just a little bit different. One of the first things we recommend that you do is go through a checklist, and the checklist is going to make sure that you have things like an IP address that's already been assigned and vetted, the storage power, the trays, all of that sort of stuff are already a given, but there's a lot of other things, a lot of other information that you're going to be entering that we suggest you review prior to actually getting into the installation, because there's nothing worse than getting halfway through an install and realizing I haven't gotten a name vetted yet for what this server is going to be called, and then you have to run out and do something and come back and restart it. So to that point, if you're connecting something to the appliance, or you're connecting a laptop and you're walking through step by step on the laptop, you should be sure to disable the screensaver, disable the sleep mode, all of these other sorts of things that may kick on if you walk away from the device and come back, only to find out that you have to log back into the laptop before you continue with the installation process. So it's important that you disable those things. Then we're going to run through a hardware checklist, and the hardware checklist will obviously check the status of everything that's inside of the server and the expansion shelves, but it will also check the cabling for you and let you know whether the cabling is properly set up. And if it's not, or if it runs into any issues, it's going to pop up an exclamation mark. And if this does come up, you click on that. And when you click on it, it will tell you which thing you need to address. And pretty specifically, it'll let you know if the cabling is off, or if it can't communicate correctly, or in worst case, that there's something actually on a hardware level that you need to address. Once it's done that, we recommend that you do set up the call home feature. Now, in the case of replacement parts, or the supporting contract with it to get a 4-hour turnaround or whatever it is within your geographic area that they've promised for service, you have to set up the call home so that the device can advertise out that it's in trouble, or that there's a component that needs addressing, rather than having to watch the administration panel for the entire time. This will proactively reach out and say something needs attention, and you won't have to do anything from an administrative level. And register the product. So when you fill out the registration information, this sort of ties in with the call home, is that the registration will have all the information that will be handed off to the parts supplier, and they'll know exactly where they need to go, who it is that they need to contact, all of that contact information, and setting it all up. Plus, registering the product will also sort of open the door for us to be, for all the updates that we would send to you, and alerts, notifications, announcements, those sorts of things. You're going to want to keep up on the latest and greatest for the appliance. And then, of course, review your test results. Once all the tests are done, it will come to a summary on both the website and the CLI, and it will let you know, here's all the checks that I've done, and you should read through it in detail to make sure everything is correct. It's got the proper name, proper IP address, and everything that you had intended to enter into the appliance. So there's a lot of documentation. We have a lot of supporting documentation that's at our site, symantec.com/docs, and you can identify some of the docs by these numbers that I've listed here. So a 5330 config guide that will walk you through all of this in paper form is listed there. A 52X or 5330 admin guides, because the administration is relatively similar for both of them. There's also a document for that. 52 and the 5X30 troubleshooting guides are listed here. And then a 5330 install, which is obviously a walkthrough of from top to bottom on installing the appliance. And these are all listed here that you can go check out on our website.
Wow, that is really great information, Derek. Thank you very much for presenting that. Hopefully that will help our customers who are new to appliances.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave.